All right, so I'm going to teach you about the 8th chakra in Antojai. Now, the 8th chakra in ancient, scriptures and how it's drawn in religious art is resembled as the halo. Okay? It's kind of like that little circle that floats above everyone's head. Sometimes you see that same halo as an infinity symbol. And it shows that the person is transcended. And we can usually see that to be like angels, usually have them. Buddhas usually have them. Okay? It's just a sign that someone is able to transcend reality. Okay? These two elements here are alchemy symbols in Antojai. Okay? The circle means space, and this means infinity. Okay? These are two alchemy talismans that you can use in Antojai to learn more about your vibration. These are like vibrations that you can use to bend time and space. Okay? Now, if you take the neurocodes, when you take my Antojai neurocodes, you're going to see a symbol that looks like this. And it's called the light of infinity. Okay? If I were to cut this out, I already know that the 8 equals infinity. But this line means light. Okay? You start seeing how this is a language. Antojai is the language of the ascended masters of the 13th dimension, what people consider to be the ascended masters. Okay? When you take Antojai alchemy, you learn to bend time through this symbol. This symbol means time. Okay? If we were to take this symbol right here, and we were to just keep this variable right here, that is the present point. And I'm going to show you in a little bit when we start hacking into wealth alchemy, how these symbols kind of play into effect when it comes to the wealth alchemy. Okay? Now, we're starting to kind of dissect the language of Antojai, really understanding what it means and how it works, right? So we have space, we have infinity, we have the present time, we have light of infinity, we have time, okay? So then there's another symbol that we end up learning more about in Antojai. It's a dot with a circle around it. And this is a space that is ascended, like a space that has become so holy that it is now an ascended space. Okay, so it's an ascended space. I'm just going to write it, ascended space. When you have these together, you start kind of unlocking all these different codes, okay, because they all mix together. You can see there's a lot of different similarities here that you can really start using to hack into like reality and hack some understanding. So the first one, we're going to draw the time symbol, and then we're going to put a circle. This is combining these two vibrations right here, okay, into one understanding, and that can be very helpful. Okay, you can take any of these random aspects, and let's go ahead and take these two aspects right here. You can create an infinity symbol with a dot in the center. And now we're combining these two to understand a higher vibration. You could take that same symbol, put the dot in the center, and put time in it. You would understand something different. You can go ahead, take that same symbol, put a dot in it, put time on it, and still put a circle around it if you wanted to. I know my drawing skills are not the hottest lately. All right, you can go ahead and still take that and just do the dot with the infinity going through it and a circle if you just wanted to do that. You could also just do a circle with infinity running through it. Okay, and you can do a lot of different combinations here with this. You could also go ahead and draw an infinity symbol, putting a time symbol in each one of these little gaps right here. Okay, you could just still put a little dot in here and draw a whole circle around it. That's going to give you more and more understanding of what's going on in reality. And the combinations really are just endless. Like, you can do a lot of different things together. And each one of these are going to be correlated with each other, okay? So like this one is going to be correlated with this one. They're going to be ever so slightly different, but they're going to have similarities. Same thing with these two. They're going to be ever so slightly different, but they're going to have similarities. And this allows us to understand the Antojai language. Now, the Antojai language shows us that you can become multi-dimensional with it. Now, part of it is practicing what I teach you. Part of it is allowing the language to teach you. Part of it is to live this, right? But if we were to take these symbols and just kind of like make them multi-dimensional, we're going to go ahead and take the dot, okay? And we're going to draw time. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just draw time. I'm going to go ahead, draw time. Go ahead, draw time, okay? Kind of makes like this ninja star right here, okay? When I were to have that ninja star, this is a new symbol that I could use on my own, okay? If I wanted to, I could incorporate one of these other symbols as well. So let's go ahead, take a green pencil this time. Let's do infinity. Let's do infinity. Let's go, whoops, there we go, one infinity. But let's turn that multi-dimensional. Let's do two infinity, okay? As we do that, we are adding these concepts together one by one. If I still felt uncomfortable with this, I could leave it here, or I could add some more time symbols inside of each little bubble. Remember, the same way we did right here. So let's go ahead and add more of these time little bubbles in there. I don't know. I feel like it's missing something. What could it be missing? Okay. All right. I think I feel really, really good about that. But wait. If we're looking at all of these answers over here, and we're looking at how the language is set up by looking at Antojai, we can take space, okay? We can take space, and then we can draw a line down the center, which is light. So if space and light come together, we can then go ahead and see that this looks very similar to the golden ratio symbol, or I believe it's phi, okay? This is one of the golden ratios of the universe. So we can start hacking by just looking at these simple combinations, right? All we did was take light and space, and we ended up unlocking the golden ratio all the way over here. And this is the power of Antojai. It allows you to continue to learn and expand your consciousness over and over and over again. If we were to look at this symbol right here, this symbol is carrying the same vibration of here. When we master all these elements of time, then we create a very powerful space that is holy, it is ascended, it is responsive to us. If we were to take this and turn this into a 3D concept, this would have a curvature to it. This would actually be a sphere, okay? It would be a ball. It would have texture to it, okay? Because we would no longer be looking at things from a 2D or 3D perspective. Now, when a human being is born, a human being has 8 cells, okay? And those same 8 cells are the same 8 cells across your whole entire body. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay? These 8 cells never really change in your reality or in your life. These are the kind of sort of like the building blocks, 8 cells that build your DNA or build your life, build your body. I'm going to just write build body. If the number 8 is tied to transcendence, okay, the number 8 is tied to infinity, all right? The number 8 is tied to understanding, and it's like traversing death or evolving beyond death, basically. All you ever have to do to change your body is to take those 8 cells and make them transcend. You make them transcend with these models that we're showing you right here, okay? We take all these different types of understandings, and you may not need all of them because Antojai can become very infinite after a while, and it can get very complicated if you're not ready to understand it all. But all you need to do is play around with the concept of time in a bunch of different ways, and time can be bent in the terms of Atlantean alchemy. It can be done in Hindu alchemy. It can be done in Antojai alchemy. It can be done in so many different vibrations because it's always been in front of our face. Antojai is all about showing you the alchemy that's always been in front of you, but you've never been able to use, okay? So playing around with these different concepts, playing around with all these different mathematics, keeping a journal and recognizing, okay, while I'm working with these, this is all about the ace chakra. And then these other things that I'm going to be showing you later are all about the 9th chakra. I'm going to be walking you through stages of Antojai so that you can open your mind, you can transcend your mind, so you can start tapping into parallel earths, so you can start tapping into your true soul purpose, your wealth, okay? But first we need to learn how to look at time, how to look at the language of Antojai, how it's going to help us, how it's going to unfold, and how it works, right? Because once we're aware of this, it'll basically open up the door for us to continue to have experiences. There's one thing that I forgot to break down for you, okay? And it is these 2 components right here. When we break down time, we know that the dot means the present point. But when we take this symbol right here, this actually is an ancient rune, okay? And it means laguz, or water, okay? Its name is laguz, or it means water. And this is the meaning that it has reversed, because this way it shows reversed, okay? So it means an indication of a period of confusion in your life. You may be making wrong decisions and poor judgments, lack of creativity, and feeling of being in a rut. fear, circular motion, avoidance, withering, madness, obsession, despair, perversity, sickness, and suicide. Isn't that all tied to the vibration of time? Like, time allows us to kind of like get caught up in it. It's an illusion. It obviously withers people into death. It can really cause people a lot of stress and perversity and poverty, even if they're not aware that time is controlling their mind, okay? But this does have a positive aspect as well, okay? It means the flow or water, fertility, source, the healing power of renewal. It is life energy and organic growth. It is imagination and psychic matters. It is dream, fantasies, mysteries, the unknown, the hidden, the deep, the underworld. It is success in travel or acquisition, but with the possibility of loss. This is all still time and death and transcendence, right? So here we start seeing that even this symbol right here has ancient roots with the Celtic and the Druids who practiced a lot of earth magic, right? So they had to learn how to transcend time. And we start seeing how Antojai starts connecting all these different aspects into this greater language that we're going to be working with later.